Hello everybody, we are members of the project Youth Exchange. So I am Dorance, you guys go.
Hello, I'm Damaris and I am from Germany. I'm here with an organization, the Wannsee Forum. It's a political youth center and yes, I'm very excited to be here.
I'm Emin, I'm 17 years old and I'm from Luxembourg.
I'm Eddie, I'm from FNET, the National Foundation of Youth from Romania, and I'm 18.
Well, in that case, I'm going to introduce myself too. I am Dorance, I'm 18 and I'm from Luxembourg, part of the SNG project. Yeah. So can we start with the first question to you guys? Sure. What does the youth participation mean to you guys?
So for me, youth participation means that young people are trying to be active in the society. So for example, all of us, we are in this youth organizations and we do like all sorts of workshops with young children from schools, and we try to debate about political situations and questions. And yeah, what do you guys think?
I think we are learning how to help other young people, because if they can't participate, we are going to participate for them, and then we are going to try to spread the information we have learned.
So what do I think about this? I think youth participation means a lot to me. It's somewhere adolescents, young adults get to speak their voice, and it is important for them to have that environment because everything in the future is something that will have an impact on them. And yeah, without that, we would just have issues. We would feel excluded, like we don't have a voice, which still sometimes is an issue, I think, but it's a great start, you know.
Yeah. For me, youth participation is when young people contribute to society, like they help other people, they increase their knowledge, they open new horizons for other people or for themselves, and learn themselves in another way.
So I would now go on with the second question. Have you ever taken part in an activity that made a difference in your community?
So since I'm from Luxembourg, we have the National Conference for Student Committees, where I am part of. However, I have not taken part in the campaign called Nicotine Sucks, but I am a member. I would gladly say I was part of it. I was part of making a change, since we all get to take it further out. So we speak of it. When the campaign got official, we had to take it to the schools in order for them to be social, for them to go and make a change, for people to see that there is something that's going on, something that we want to prevent, such as using too much or having too much nicotine in schools. Thank you.
We can move on to the next question. Why do you think it's important for young people to have a voice?
I think it's pretty important because if they don't have a voice, they can't really talk about their problems. And resolving problems and finding problems is very important, thinking about the fact that the people that are young right now are going to be the next generation. And I think it's very important for us to find our problems and the solutions for them so we can have a better life in general. So yeah, I think that's why it's pretty important to have a voice.
I have a different question. It's something about that as well. Do you think that it is easy for young people to speak their voice? And do you have like the access to it, the space for it?
We do, but not many people know about it, or they don't think they can talk about problems. But we do have access to that. We can talk about them. And we do try to tell them that every problem is a problem, so it should be told and it should have a resolve. And yeah, I do think we have access to telling our problems, to making them be known.
So maybe with that said, What do you think stops young people from saying what they believe, for trying to be active, to participate in youth projects?
Fear. There could be fear of not being heard, fear of not being able to make a change.
Of not being helped.
So the helplessness.
Yeah.
Especially when we look at the political states of many of our countries, funds for schools and for youth projects, they keep on being cut. So that signalizes that our needs and our wishes are not as important. And when you don't have the knowledge where you can go and get tools and guidance, and when you believe that there's nothing that can change, you will just decide not to even try.
So it's like the fear of being it in vain, you know, talking, but you're like, it's not gonna get an answer. So why bother? Yeah.
So what needs to change is there needs to be clear information about where you can get tools and guidance, and there needs to be a clear structure when it comes to youth participation.
Yeah.
I also want to mention that I think a problem is also that we young people have a lot of great and excellent ideas, and we're not always heard. We're not taken seriously by adults, teachers, social workers, or other people. And I really think that we're heard. I think it's really important that we're heard.
Yes.
I'm gonna read question 8. What advice would you give to a young person who wants to become more active? I encourage every young person to get out of the bubble, out of the way, and become more active, because they're not gonna only help themselves, but also the community they take part of and the generation they represent. And by doing that, they are gonna make themselves, I don't know how to say, but they are gonna live a way better life if they try to resolve their problems and not ignore it or work on the problems.
Can I ask a different question? What made you guys, or what gave you guys the motivation to engage yourselves?
I think I was just very lucky, and I had the privilege to be in a school where youth participation had been valued a lot. So all of our teachers always encouraged all the projects and ideas that we came to them with, and that just motivated us to do so much more. It showed that there aren't that many difficulties, and we can actually change something. We can actually help other people.
Well, I would say for me, it was really unexpected, I guess. For me, I think I was a shy person. I was in a bubble, I'd say. And I wanted to just find my voice, speak, because I had a lot to say. So I tried including myself somewhere. And with time, that came into engaging myself, I guess.
For me, I was always really interested in politics. So I signed up for the youth parliament, and because I have so many ideas and I want them to be heard.
Yes. Have you felt you got that?
Yes.
So maybe if we had a message to young people, it would be to try and be active in any way. Every tiny small thing that you do is youth participation, and it might look hopeless at first, but the more you do, the more you encourage other people to be active as well. It's like a snowball effect. And just start with something small. Even if it's just going to the homeless shelter once a month, those people will be so thankful, and maybe you can talk to your friends about it. Hey, I mean, I went to the homeless shelter. Do you want to come with me next week? Sure, right? Of course. And that's how you actually make a change. And if I could give a message to the grown-ups, we have a lot of passion. We have a lot of knowledge. We have a lot of ideas. And all those things, that spark, that fire that comes out of it, should be supported instead of being put out. So we need structures, we need guidance, we need tools to keep on doing all the projects that we want to do.
Does anyone want to add something?
So I want to say, just not think about you, but also think about your future, about the next generations, because youth participation goes more far about generations. Like youth participation exists, like, I don't know, so many years, and we should never give up.